Hello and welcome back to the series of problems presented in J.H. Sarratt's first edition London 1817 translation of Gianutio's work in 1597. This was billed by both Gianutio in his original Italian work and Sarratt in his work as white to checkmate in 4 moves. Well, I would dispute that, and I won't go through the analysis that both Gianutio and Sarratt gives for black. I'll just prove that it is in fact a mate in 5 moves. So let's just look at how they viewed it back then. What is the key move here and what is white trying to do? Well, at the moment, the problem is he can't move this queen because black is pinning it. Otherwise it will be a checkmate on the move, but he can't do that. So also we would like to release this bishop up so that it has the long diagonal and hits the king, the black king. So what do we do here in order to kickstart that process? We want to shift that black king away from here and into the corner. Can you see the key move? The long view. Well done. Yes, bishop c5. And in that position, black only has that force to move. So what do we do now? That is as per Gianutio and Sarratt. Bishop c5 check, king a8. Well, congrats again if you've seen this. Like I say, we want to get that bishop there. They were quite right on all of that. But now they give 3 choices of moves. Taking the queen, checking here, or playing the rook there to interfere with that bishop. Why do they want to interfere with that bishop? Because white is planning on a discovered attack. However, there is a move here. This is black to make his second move that interferes with all of that and stops a mate in 4. Can you see what it is? Well, Cecil Purdy, check all checks, not only checks from the point of view of the first player, but watch out for checks that can come from your opponent that might upset the apple cart. The check in question that they've both overlooked all those years ago is that check. So what does white do here? He's required at this point to checkmate in 2 moves. How can he do it? Because you see now, unfortunately, if he moves the king out the way, to be sure, the queen is pinned. However, black can check like that on his 3rd move. How do you checkmate there on the 4th move, the next move? You cannot do it. It's not possible. So moving the king is not an option. So is it any good taking the queen? Well, yes, that is the only move that you can play here. And what must be remembered, of course, is that in black moving queen e4, check, white's queen is now no longer pinned. So white is indeed threatening queen b7. So this is after bishop c5 check, king a8, bishop takes f3, queen e4 check, bishop takes e4. What does black do there? Well, he essentially has to move his rook either to a6 and give check, or a7 to stop that. Queen b7 mate. That's the point. So let's just have a look at that, or look at the check if you prefer. Check there. What does white do? Well, he plays here, doesn't he? And he's threatening to mate him on the next move, and there's no defence to it. Admittedly, there's no defence at that point. He has to interpose, and then white has a choice of check, mate, or checkmate. And that is an astonishing oversight on the part of 2 very good players. But yet again, it shows that it's so easy to overlook an interpositional and a checking move at that. So do be on the lookout for that. And do watch out for number 3 in this most interesting series, that little blip notwithstanding, and goodbye for now.